Evening, everyone. How are we doing on this fine Thursday? Yeah, the weather's taken a turn, but Argyle's fortunes have too. Will it last? It's only one game, and it wasn't the prettiest, but the 3 points was all that mattered. And as we said on Saturday night, it was reminiscent of Derek Adams' shithousery. Let's just get out there, a 4-4-2, and let's just grind out that result. We are back at home on Saturday, though, after 6 back-to-back consecutive away games. It feels like it's been an age, and it's going to feel weird, I think, when we head there on Saturday. Anyway, in the house tonight, we have Herbie, who's joining us tonight. Evening, Herbs.
Evening.
Andy is in. Andy, how you doing?
Good evening, mate. Yeah, doing okay, thank you.
Good. And we've got Gavin in too. How you doing, Gav?
Splendid, thank you.
Excellent. So, what have we got for you tonight then, folks? So, firstly, thanks a lot for joining us. We know, obviously, for those that have been with us, our show Thursday evenings at 8:30 is what we call our live lounge. So we match preview the game on Saturday, and we also try and bring in a few topics. And today's topics are going to be about, obviously, the Derek Adams interview with Chris Errington, very similar to the Argyle TV interview that was released on Friday, but we shall touch upon that anyway. Of course, we'll preview the match against Northampton. Also, Gavin's going to give us a bit of an update on the Argyle ladies as well. Gavin does go to those games at home and has been to the last few, so we can get pitch side reporting insights from, and it seemed to be a little bit handbags at dawn as well in this game on Saturday after their 2-0 victory. And also a little bit on Rawls' interview and anything else that we want to discuss. So, without further ado, I think we shall get into the press conference notes. So let me just switch to the slide deck. I'm on the wrong slide here. Hang on. I need to bring Gavin in. He's hiding out the way.
Where is he?
I don't
Is he
mind.
hiding?
There he is. So, first of all, just to jump into the chat, who have we got in today? So Stephen Cooper's in. Seen your message at the start, Steve, so thanks for that. We are looking for sponsorships and any advertising. Of course, why not? Anything that helps us do what we love to do on this show and to bring you. Also, Party Gamer Boy CJ, he's in. Sorry, guys, at theatre tonight, so won't be with you. Be back for Saturday, though. Which reminds me, I won't be because I'm on my works do night out. So you just have to suffer, folks. Unfortunately, no, the guys will look after you on Saturday. Come on, the Greens. Here we go again. Yeah, absolutely. Paul Bailey, evening to you. Simon Fort, hi from Reading. We've got Michael, obviously, who's an Reading fan as well, living in Plymouth. Simon, who's been on before. So good evening to you. Stephen Cooper says, evening, Gavin. Nice to see you. PAFC Green Army. Good evening, lads. Hope for a win on Saturday. And Andy Prowse, who's back in tonight. We've missed you, Andy. We haven't seen you for a while. Andy tells me that Andy tells me that you've been doing a bit of decorating, a little bit like ourselves. Carpet arrives tomorrow, gets fitted next Friday, thank God, before Christmas. So evening to you and good to see you back in. So there we go. So what can we do on Saturday's game to Northampton? Well, let's see what Tom Cleverley had to say in the presser. Home advantage and fan support. Cleverley feels playing at home is a relief, stating every team performed better there, although we weren't great before that 6 run of games. He stresses the importance of making home games count and creating a tangible presence, something the team aims to address. Importance of the next games, highlight the next 10 games. He said that in his Argyle interview, or the last week's presser, apologies, as crucial. Cleverly notes that a good start and the immediate need for results to breed confidence. The clean sheet from the previous game was particularly pleasing. In terms of Northampton's adaptability, Northampton is described as a tough one to predict, having used multiple systems recently. Cleverly praises their coaching and ability to adapt stylistically and citing their excellent performance against Cardiff. Injury report and update. Positive news for Eamon Benarous. Obviously, he did go off with a suspected hamstring issue. He's returning to training. Returning to training and available for selection. as is Joe Rawls, gaining minutes is really good. Bradley Ibrahim did confirm requires surgery and noted that he's going to be out, I think, 12 to 14 weeks. Chris Errington also put out in his statement. And because I couldn't fit it all on one slide, cautious return. So we were all hoping for Pleguezuelo and Amici to feature on the bench potentially on Saturday, but Tom says he's erring on the side of caution. With two key players, Pleguezuelo is regaining sharpness and could be in the squad for Saturday. Amici requires one more week with the Bradford match earmarked for his return. And he also noted about training intensity, cleverly noted a real freshness from the players, observing high tempo and intensity in recent training sessions. And he said he challenged the squad to play how you've been training in up-and-coming fixtures. So there's a snippet from him. We'll come on to Owen Dales in a minute. To break that down then, so Herbie, the home, obviously, advantage. You've travelled to a good few of these. I mean, out of the 6, did you not do 5 of them?
Yes, 5.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Which one did you go to? Bristol Road?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fucking stay away, young man. Stay away.
Stay away. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So trying to not touch on the negative side too much, but just give us a bit of a feeling of
It's just been 5 out of 5 defeats. Don't focus on the negatives.
Yeah. Obviously it's been quite an awful 6 weeks, but like to end it on a win is a bit more of a relief, I guess. And also a win against a poor side, but you know, you have to be better, don't you? And we took our chance well. And I didn't really think, we didn't play our best, but then neither did Port Vale. We played way better than we did in other away games I've seen. Like from like the first half, we created chances. Second half, created chances as well.
Yeah, and a bit more organised as well.
Yeah, we looked way more organised, and obviously Talai scoring against his old club was good to see as well. But yeah, what am I touching on cleverly?
That's fine. It's just it's the home game advantage now, isn't it? So his first point. So you've suffered those 5 out of the 6 away games with 5 defeats. Obviously, we got the players got the win, and we got that result on Saturday. It will be good for everybody, and to go into that game on Saturday, won't it, and get that feeling back at home park, and not going in there with that negative cloud that is going to still be hovering, but not as bad as it could have been if we lost to Vale.
Yeah, obviously it's great to be back home park after 6 weeks, but also with injuries and players coming back as well, it's a real it feels like it's going to be fresh. We've just had an international break as well. We've started with a win. This is this is the best time I feel to try and build on something and get us sort of going again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Gavin, I'm sure you're looking forward to getting back. I mean, you said you haven't had a pint because you've been so busy since you were probably last in Diamond. So, you're looking forward to getting back there and seeing the lads on the pitch.
Yeah, it'd be nice to sit in my own. I've sat in my own seat, but watching the girls, which is a little bit of a different scenario than watching, on the pitch and off the pitch. It's a bit different. Was it pretty Saturday? No, we all said that. But to quote a previous manager, if there's a fat lass at the front of the taxi queue and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, pissing rain, you go and chat her up and get in, don't you?
Other lasses are available. Taxis are
other lasses are available. That's what he said, wasn't it, in the interview? Something along those lines all those years ago. It was an ugly win, but hey, you'll take 3 points. It doesn't matter at the end of the season. I think if that kickstarts the better football that we saw in September, when we did see some good stuff in September, despite what the bedwetting community will say, we did.
Ding! I'm going to have a button for every time.
We need a tweet mistake, don't we? How early I'm going to get it in. We won 5 out of 6, didn't we? In September, and we played some good stuff. Since then, we've been pretty ordinary, to say the least. Some would say diabolical. But you need something. You need something to grab hold of, don't you? Any port in a storm. And that was it. And it was ugly. And defensively, it was okay, but it wasn't great. And I was quite happy today to see cleverly say we got a clean sheet, but we lost concentration at times, and we gave Port Vale 2 or 3 good chances, big chances that they didn't convert, and that was right. He did, because that's what happens. I don't know if anyone watched Argyle analysis on Monday, but other analysis shows are available. Just don't watch them as yet. But I was really happy to see Aaron Cusac's little 2-3 minutes on Rolls, saying he had 20-30 minutes. It was a cameo, but you just all the off the ball stuff and the talking and the communicating. You come here and I'll push you there and I'll pull you there. It was just like, oh yeah. And I think him and Joe Edwards were big catalysts in seeing at the game, because they kind of commanded a bit of people around them and pulled everyone together. If you can get Joe Rolls starting on Saturday in front of the back four a little bit, then with some players who can play around him, then I think that will be a massive help, because we need that solidarity in the midfield. So, was it good? No. I think the last 5 weeks. Am I entering Home Park on Saturday with renewed enthusiasm and optimism? Yes.
Yeah.
I'll probably be in the shit by 5 o'clock, but we're all here. But I genuinely think we'll go and win Saturday, and we'll go on a bit of a run. And if we do, if you look at the league table, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's like 14 or 15 points between us and whoever's top, which is Stevenage or someone. I don't know.
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I can check the table out later. Andy, it'll be good to get back into that block 9 and into the seats again. Say hello to and see everybody around. You forget, I suppose, you don't, obviously, or some of you might do, but when you, Andy, obviously we connect with the podcast and have done, and before that we never really knew each other. So there's a lot of guys around you that you obviously engage with and talk a lot to. So when you suddenly miss so many weeks of not being there, it would be good just to catch. And I'm sure everybody would go, yeah, it's been shit in it. God, I've been diabolical. You've been watching that crap, and like the podcast or the football. So yeah, it'll be good to get back, mate, won't it?
Yeah, it'll just be good to get back in your seat again. I know Keith Jenkins watches, so if you're watching tonight, Keith, hi, how you doing, mate? All the lads behind me, we'll always talk about the match before it. What we think the expectation is going to be. Are we going to win the game? And then afterwards, we'll sort of look at each other if we've lost, and have a few words about that as well. So yeah, it'll be great to be back in my seat again, back with Ray Clark and Aaron again. So that look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm sure equally with Jason, who drives a banana bus, will enlighten me with how his 6 away games on the bounce have been in that bus. So a couple more in tonight. Oh, I just seen Ninja Matt drop in. Evening, Matt. Good to see you back in.
Blast from the proverbial past. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Someone who's also been very busy. We are still. I kept be checking in with Matt. We've said before, those that haven't been on the show at that time, Matt's a chartered accountant, and so we have discussed about when the company accounts come out, which I think can't be far off, are they? I think it's soon. We will digest those. I mean, what an enthralling live lounge that's going to be for you all. But no, we will make sure we try and give you some insights into the inner workings of the finances at Home Park. Simon Fort saying, clever, he said mid-table, we just got to keep the mindset on the field as long as we score. Yeah, it's just, we desperately need to get these points, and it isn't far from escaping if you can get a couple of wins. As Stevie Vaughan says, Stevenage are on 30 points. We are 14 points behind, which sounds like a lot, but over that Christmas break, it can all turn on its head. Darren Curtis, evening to you. He said he sounds good. I'm off to watch it, referring to Argyle Analysis Show. Tomo, afternoon, gents. He says from sunny Playa del Carmen, will happily take another ugly 1-0 victory on Saturday. I hope, Tomo, the weather is much better for you out there, enjoying your break. I'm guessing that is matey, so yeah, enjoy your time there. We've also got, what else have we got in here? Just checking back. That's about it for now. So
William
yeah,
Larkin, welcome in William Larkin, my buddy again.
Yeah,
good
back
to see
again.
You, yeah,
no, he's back again. So injuries. So if we'll come on to the Northampton bit in a second, because we've got a couple of slide stats on that. The injury side of things. I mean, Herbie, obviously Benarous he's one of those where obviously we've recruited him. We knew he had injury troubles. He's sort of not got minutes properly, and then every time he does, he seems to go off. He has got that talent, and he does bring something to the squad. But I mean, he barely lasted 5 minutes, I think it was, when he came on at Vale. But it's good that it hasn't materialised into anything more than that. Plaguey obviously on the should be on the bench, and Amiechi a week to go. So it's starting to hopefully, touch wood, sort of come around for us now.
Yeah, and the thing is with Benarous, why I'm not worried is I know that Cleverley won't start him and won't play him for 90 minutes. So that injury isn't going to get any worse because he'll grow into it, won't he? He'll play the next 10 minutes, then the 20, then he'll come on at half time, and then gradually, hopefully, I'd like to see him in the starting 11 at least like 4 or 5 games consistently. Just give him a chance. Meach obviously it's good to have back as well. I think we've been lacking in wingers, especially with Dale having to put a shift in at fullback. He's not really been able to be at wing, so it's nice to have someone that can beat a man, maybe, and he's got a good strike on him as well. And Ibrahim's out for a bit, but I do think this is probably the chance for Caleb Roberts to come and step in and try and get his place in the team, because I think every game he's played with us, especially that long stretch of away games when he's played, I think he's been really good, especially when everyone around him has been quite shit. So I remember Wickham FA Cup as well. Like no one could really get together, and he was sort of holding his own and sort of like winning the ball back and trying to create stuff. And he was sort of doing it all on his own, which is quite good for, I think is he 19, Caleb Roberts? 19, 20?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's obviously, doing it at that age is really good. And also he's played with us for a while now, isn't he? He's been with us since he was 17. He made some appearances last season in the Championship and was all right. But I think now is probably his time to possibly cement himself in the squad.
Yeah, I think, and also for Tegan Finn, want to see more of him. And with all these players coming back, it does then make it a lot more challenging for players to get in and fight for their space. But that, I suppose, the key point to that is that players are going to have to fight for their space. So, I mean, Gavin, we hope to God that we don't see more injuries, because there seem to be more going off injured than coming back soon. But it's great that they are feeling like, as Argyle put out, like 2 new signings almost. It's going to feel like with Plaguey and Amiechi coming back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 2 quality players, probably 2 we've missed. I'd say with Caleb, what's probably the 3 most missed players of the season. You can't really say that about Mackenzie because we've never seen him play. I'm sure if we'd seen him play, we'd be saying the same about him. But in terms of those long-term injuries, they've been the killers, haven't they? Those 3, most definitely. So yeah, it must feel fresh and quite good timing with Galloway off to the African Cup of Nations, as he was last year for a month in December.
Oh God, yeah, there's that impending, isn't it?
So with Plaguey back, I'm sure that you'll be glued to every second of Plague Cam.
Plague Cam, sponsored by the Block 9. I like that.
Okay. Leave the tissues next time. We can. It's only for your snotty nose, mate. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're those 2 players. But I mean, Plaguey last year on form was probably our best consistent centre half, along with Katic. I think Televirov was a bit up and down, and he certainly held his own in that back 3 with them. Gets anywhere near to that form again, clean sheets will come. And Amici, is really good to see that TC said he hasn't lost any of his quality. He's just not match fit yet, which is great because he looked the real deal, didn't he, for a bit, and then unfortunately come a cropper. So, and then in January we'll have 2 more new signings in Caleb Watson and Mackenzie, and by the sounds of it, from what we sort of saw earlier in the week, here, Steve. For what we saw in the week, 4 in, 4 out by the sounds of it, which will be interesting. I don't know what the 4 will be either way, but sounds like Derek's told him to, you sit there, Princess, and coach the team. I've got this covered, which is great.
Jan Songo is then.
Sorry, Jan Songo, Tiagra. It'll be It'll be Carey, Ramirez. Get the band back together. It'll be like Harry wind down the window.
And of course, Ryan Hardy. Yes, maybe.
Ryan Hardy would be great, actually. That all joking aside. Having seen his vehicle spotted in some car park in the UK yesterday.
In the UK.
That was random, wasn't it? It was like, oh, look, there's Ryan Hardy's car. Great.
It's a quality registration, that though, isn't it, as well? Like, whoever sorted that out for him, I think the reg is brilliant. So
I keep looking out the window, try and see if his black defender's there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And you can get excited.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I agree.
So we have got.
Get me, Mike, and a watch along one day.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. I'd secretly take my tripod and record it. Obviously, we won't be doing, which is just to clarify for those that watch them, we won't be doing a watch along because we'll be at the game.
What would be interesting though is if Talai and Hardy could play together in a front two.
It would be exciting for Hardy to run off Talai, and also that Talai won't want someone else stealing his thunder either. So there'll be good competition, and I'm sure they would support each other really well. We shall see. Michael Hawkes, there's not just you in tonight, Mike, as the Reading fan that joins us from Facebook. We've also got Simon Fort, who's a Reading fan as well. So 2 Reading fans in the house tonight.
Is this their spy camp? Is it? Their scouting mission.
Yeah, scouting. They're doing some inside info, aren't they?
I tell you what, I wouldn't take any of the crap we spout back to Reading. Actually, no, please do.
Well, that Barry Mumba's a great player, by the way.
Say again, Andy.
So that Barry Mumba's a great player, by the way.
Oh God, come on! But Mike and Simon,
if you mouth about Ballymumba.
Yeah, if you wanted to come on and join us when we play you and give us your thoughts and discuss the match preview, then let us know. Ben Bennett, flooring. It would be good to see you and say hello, Ben, when we get back on Saturday as well. Hope you're doing good. What else have we got? Stephen Vaughan saying, Gavin, why are the ladies doing great? Well, we're going to come on to that a little bit later.
Segment later, yeah.
As well. Let me just go back on the messages. Who do you think will depart from the Argyle squad in Jan? Steve said, well, this 4 in 4 out that Gavin was alluding to. Well, we'll just wait and see. I think at the end of the day, who knows? We don't know where we're going to be in the league. That could have some influence. And yes, we could well see some old faces return.
I don't think anyone can predict anything that Derek Adams does in the transfer market, can they?
I'd like to make a prediction, actually.
Go on.
We are definitely signing either an Irishman or someone from the Scottish Premiership.
Clip that up, Michael. That's going straight on socials.
It'll be a short, so everybody can bookmark it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Stephen Cooper also said earlier, Mike, where's your works Christmas party? Captain Jasper's. Well done, Mr. Dawson. Give you a star. Well, actually, it's a team. It's a team do. We might end up on the Barbican. So the department that I'm in, it's our little team one. We did have a bit of a piss up Cara Dawson a month or so ago with all the home-based stuff that we did this year, and that was enjoyed by quite a few people. Let me just flip back to here. Let's go and pick up on Owen Dale's pre-match thoughts. He was in the hot seat with Cleverley today. Oh, picking up, I can't remember who said it earlier in the comments about how relaxed Cleverley. Now, I haven't came home from work, prepped for this, done dinner, sorted the kids. So, did he look then relaxed? Andy, Gav, you're nodding.
Yeah, he looked a lot more relaxed. You can understand that he's got his first win under his belt again since the sort of last 5-6 games debacle sort of thing.
He had the schoolboy grin back, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
It's finally wearing off, I think, Mike, and I think he's starting to sort of think, right, there's something going to happen now. We're going to turn the corner. That's the impression I got.
Yeah, no, it's good. Well, I commented on it after his seeing some of it last week. So, it's look, you don't wish ill on anybody with a situation, and it's been tough for everybody. So you just, no matter, even if it's not pretty on Saturday, it's just getting those points, letting the confidence grow again, get some goals, and then as it starts to flow, things will then get better. And as Ninja Matt says, I'm sure it's going to be fun. with Derek at the helm, going back to our January window piece. So Owen Dale says, settling in at Argyle, he says, expresses his satisfaction with the team, group and life in Plymouth, despite a recent sticky patch. He's very happy, highlighting the positive environment, which is good to hear. Embracing experience, Dale is keen to step into an experienced player role within the squad. He relishes the responsibility and is happy to take on this leadership position. I have commented how he's probably been one of the better players over the last few away games, and I don't care if you're not there for a long term. I'd give a captain's armband to someone who actually is showing care and passion on the pitch. Home advantage, he says, after extensive travel, he's looking forward to playing at home. He believes the home fixture offers a much needed opportunity to secure a positive result, and a belief in a turnaround. Dale says, despite recent results, he remains optimistic. He feels that a few wins can quickly get the team back in contention, viewing Argyle as an amazing club as well, with significant opportunities. So he, Herbie, come to you. He's settled in quite well, hasn't he? I think he has shown a lot of leadership. He's darted all around the pitch. You would have seen it equally when you've been at those games. What position should he and shouldn't he play in? He's just like, wherever you need me, I'll go there. And like I said, you've seen the emotion come out of him when he's been frustrated with his fellow teammates. And I don't have an issue with that, because more should let their frustrations out. But yeah, he's been good so far, hasn't he?
Yeah, and from what I can see from him, he seems a real winner. He seems like he hates losing. He hates even losing his one-on-one battles, or just like having bad games. He absolutely hates it. So he always seems to be improving every time I watch him as well. And also having a player that can sort of say, look, wherever you need me, I'll play. And then for him to go and do that. I mean, he's been playing left back for us at some points during the season, and he's been okay. Imagine what he's going to be like when we can actually get him into his proper position when people with injuries come back and he's actually playing the position he's played for all his career. I think he's going to be good for us. And yeah, he's an unbelievable shift at left back. The Mansfield game in particular, he was, I don't know how much he run, but bloody hell, he surprised he wasn't off in the 60th minute. Because he was overlapping Mumba in that game as well, and then they were playing crossfield balls, and he was coming back making recovery tackles, and that's probably something he hasn't really done in his career. I doubt at Oxford at all he was playing at left back or anywhere near the defensive line. So yeah, he's been unbelievable so far for us.
Yeah, I think it's good, and you never know with players when they get to come down. I mean, obviously Mitchell had that spur with his family situation, and you could see that made a big difference. And then he came into his own again on Saturday, I felt, in that game, and you could see that he's back and ready. And his piece again in before that game, where he's like, we're all fighting for our sort of positions in January, in terms of their loan positions. So it's good that we've got a couple of those loan players that are prepared to sort of really stick their neck out and get stuck in, because Gavin, when you've got a young squad and we've been missing some of our experienced players, you really do need those guys that know the game and can really dig us out of these situations.
100%. Yeah, you could. I sort of alluded to it a little bit earlier, but if you look at just Rawls and Edwards and Dale on Saturday, closing elements of the game, just been there, seen it, done it, haven't they? They've got that game experience. They know instinctively where to go, when to go. They're dragging the young players around them, organising better, communicating better, not jumping into rash tackles. Apart from Joe once this season, we won't mention that. Brushed past it. We still won that one, so who cares? They've. Well, you'll see in my lineup later. For me now, it's all about experience. Who's got the t-shirt, the mouse mat, the cup, and has been there and seen it and done it. So for me, he brings that. I like his work rate. I'd like to see him a little bit further forward up the pitch. I've got him in midfield in today's lineup or Saturday's lineup. But he's good quality. Again, a bit like a bit like Rolls and some of those older players and Patterson, they don't tend to lose the ball when they've got it. They always seem to find a way of retaining possession, even if I can get my words out. Whereas a lot of the younger guys will try that magical pass, lose it, and then we turn around, we're up the pitch, transition, and before we know it, we've conceded. So I like that. I think that's what they lose in athleticism from not being in their early 20s, they gain in mental experience and knowing where to be at the right time. So yeah, for me, very, very important at the moment.
Yeah, and I think look, let's see what happens in Jan, but on this sort of showing, Mitchell and Owen Dale certainly, and shouldn't be going anywhere unless they're recalled, and rules like you just touched upon, just on that sort of 20-minute or so spell, against Vale, you could just see there's a difference in that type of player, and it is going to take him some time to get right into the game, but it is exciting to see that. So I'm just going to, if I can get my screen to work here, just going to drop my usual reminder, folks. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, I can see there's a good few of you watching on YouTube. Please go and make sure you do. Thank you to all those that have. And of course, across all the other platforms where you are, please give us a follow on those and equally subscribe to the YouTube channel. Even if you don't go on there, just quickly nip on, go, yeah, I'll subscribe to that and jump off. But it's always appreciated. Just a shout out. We've had a number of people sort of get in touch and leave some nice messages at times on the social channels. Today we had one from Laura Camille. If I've got that surname wrong, Laura, apologies. But they're listening in from Canada. She said, we listen and watch your podcast every week in Canada to keep updated on Argyle. Great job, guys. Like all the weekly info and match updates. Argyle fan for over 50 years and have even got my Canadian buddies watching them, but not happy with the way things are going. So it's just not good enough, she's saying. Can't believe we have come to this, a team that can't compete in the league. No heart, or will it play or won't play for the shirt? Well, look, it changed a little bit. We'll see, Laura. But yeah, people still frustrated with things out there, but we really appreciate you listening in and watching in. If you are watching, I don't know what the time is in Canada. Someone look at it. It'd be interesting to know. But yeah, thank you for that. Obviously, there's a lot of Argyle groups and clubs around, the States, everywhere around the world. I see them when I look at our listening chart for the podcast. For those that don't watch live and listen afterwards, and hello to you all. It's amazing when you see all the different countries that people come and grab and listen. So just a shout out to that. And obviously, don't forget, I mean, for those of you that can't watch the whole show here, but are in with us and come in and come out, you're always good to see you in. You can obviously catch it. Just search Block 9 Podcast on your favourite podcast app, and then you can listen at your leisure again. On there. Right, let me just check.
-8 hours, Mike.
Yeah, well, sorry?
Vancouver, -8 hours. It's 1 o'clock.
-8 hours, okay. Yes, it's still a good time of the day.
Lunchtime.
It'd be interesting, Laura, drop us another message if you're listening. Are you from Plymouth, or you just managed to find your way to support Argyle? How long have you been in Canada for? It's always good to get some stories from across the pond. Argo 83, as I just go to the comments, has just landed. Evening to you. Late but hello, he says. Stephen Cooper, love to see Saturday Mumba up with Talai. Well, let's see what lineup has that on offer for you and Stephen later. Catching up, need to sign Mitchell and Dale are deaf. Whether that will be an option, we'll see. Be good to see Savage at home park, says Simon the Reading fan. Also need, where we go, no, we've already read those out. Right, I'm just going to jump 2 slides, because I tell you what, we'll come, hang on, 3 slides I think. Right, we'll just change it up a little bit, and we'll touch upon the interview that Chris Errington at Plymouth Live, the Herald, did with Derek Adams, get my words out, with Derek Adams, director of football but not a manager in waiting. So I did take the interview and just summarise the points for you tonight. So role defined. Now, we did have the interview with Argyle TV on Friday, which we spoke about just before the watch along and also on Saturday night. But we'll just, for those that haven't seen that and haven't had time, then we'll just go through it a lot. There's some repetitive bits in there and maybe some new bits as well. But Derek Adams' position is purely Director of Football, focusing on the club's long-term strategic vision. He's said that the first team decisions, including tactical choices, player selections, remain solely with Tom Cleverley's remit, but maybe a quiet word in his ear or on his shoulder. Advisory input. Adams will provide guidance and strategic insights, but his role is to advise further than override the manager's authority, which is probably why we're seeing Cleverley a bit more relaxed, because it's probably absolutely cast iron to him that he is not this Trojan, that horse that's coming in, is just going to snatch his role from underneath him, even though I'm sure a number of you still believe that's the case. On the support for Cleverley, he says his primary aim is to alleviate pressure from him regarding transfers, agent negotiations and January planning. Strong alignment. The relationship between Adams and Cleverley is already described as strong and aligned on footballing philosophy. So sort of, Andy, come to you. They're making that point in all these interviews that is his job, that is his role. When you hear Derek Adams talk about it, you do feel that is the case. He's comfortable. I think I heard that, because I haven't watched the interview back, but listening to some of the comments, seeing some of the comments, that he almost is like, he was relaxed with that decision. He didn't even negotiate. When the offer was picked to him, he accepted it.
Yeah, fantastic. I think it's going to be good for us, because I think he's going to bring something which is going to be special, because he has unearthed in the past a few gems that Gav's already mentioned it under the Maris, Carey, to name a few. But I'm sure he's got an eye for a good player, and I'm sure that with the budget we're going to have in January, that he's going to unearth a few more gems. This 4 in and 4 out. It's going to be interesting, as people said earlier on. So I'll be really keen to see who the 4 coming in are. So yeah, maybe Ryan Hardy. You never know. But I think it's going to be good for him. There's going to be this good support for Clevs, and I think he needs that. Just needs a little bit of guidance. Needs the arm on the shoulder, and just a little bit of guidance.
Sorry, Matt hasn't been on for so long that he although this one's a bit too bright, but he hasn't seen my crystal lights. Well, they're not crystal, it's plastic. But yes, so welcome to Lapland. He said, congrats on the move to Lapland as well, Mike. Happy for you, buddy. I think if people could send me there to keep me away from them, they would. But yeah, I think also in terms of, we said it on Saturday, Gavin, but to bring it up again, they needed that experienced football person in that role. And even though he isn't an experienced director of football, for those that don't understand that, as a manager in his role, he dealt with recruitment, coaching, and all players' contracts and all that stuff. So he's not just walking into this role as if he doesn't have that experience in there. He understands that. And I think it is a really smart appointment from the board.
Yeah, I agree. It's to coin the joke that we had on Saturday, or whatever it was, it is a little bit the master and the Padawan, to use the Star Trek analogy.
Star Trek now.
Star Trek? Star Wars?
I was going to say.
I am so tired. Sorry.
Come on, Yoda.
I know. Wake up, James. I'm going to get battered for that now, aren't I? But yeah,
Luke, the force is with you.
He will certainly show young TC the dark side of the Force. I can tell you that for nothing. And rightly so. I think we've been a bit too nice at times.
Well, he is our only hope. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, that's Obi-Wan, mate. You got that confused now. That's Spock. Oh shit! Oh, there we have.
No, that is Star Wars. Come on. Anyway, carry on.
I'm joking. No, I think is he an experienced director of football? No. Do we need an experienced director of football at the minute? Probably not. We probably I know it's a complete football cliche. We need someone who knows the club. We needed someone who knew the club. We've got someone who knows the club. He needs a mentor, desperate for a mentor, and he's got one. We said it on this very pod, actually, I think, that when everyone was calling for his head and the bedwetters were out in force, we were saying, just give him a mentor. We didn't do it with Wayne Rooney, or we did, but we did it too late, I think. Mike Phelan. This is a bit more structured. I like it. The fact that Foxy used to play for him as well means that there's that automatic sort of subordinate inferred piece, which is also quite nice. He's very passionate about the club. I had 10 minutes talking to him on Sunday, watching the girls, and he was very pleasant then and had some interesting views on bits and bobs. I didn't give much away, as you can probably expect from DA, but I think he lives and breathes his club, and he's here and Morecambe and Ross County. I think his returning patches. Yeah. He's got a special bond with 3 sets of fans. He's Marmite, which I love because I'm a little bit of that too. So the fact that you split the sort of the fan base down the middle, lots were like King Derek's home, the others were like, oh, not him back. But what I do think, and he did say this in his interview, he's mellowed. I think he's become more rounded. His EQ has grown. If it wasn't there already, he probably just didn't let it out of the box too much. And he wants to help now. And I think he's probably relishing not being front and centre and in the spotlight, but actually being able to dictate a lot of what goes on behind the scenes, which is, I think, what he was trying to do last time I was here when he was trying to be manager and director of football, which is a little bit like letting Dracula look after the blood bank. But now you've kind of got a better, I think, two-tone effect. You've got a young, hungry coach that wants to make a big impression, who needs to go through the leagues, and he's only going to do that by learning off the old guard. And I think we've got it right, and I think it was a very shrewd move, especially with a new CEO who's going to be full of boundless energy and enthusiasm and optimism. You need someone there to just be that sort of anti-sponsor at times, and the old head to say, let's not try that because we know it don't work, but let's do this. And I just think it means that people can do their day jobs knowing he'll mop up everything behind the scenes. And I was really encouraged today to hear Tom say, there's a very firm plan in terms of recruitment and we're ahead of the game, and he knows exactly what we want and he's going to deliver it, and he's confident he'll deliver it. We never heard those words when Tom Rendell was here at all. It was, they're working really hard, the recruitment team. So I love the fact that that he's going to be in. He'll be, set in his ways. There'll be no dilly dally. It'll be follow me. We're doing this, and he'll take that coaching team and the club with him on that basis. And then you live and you die by those principles. So I'm over the moon that he's here. I think it was the right time, right place. If we'd had a glossy, big sort of director of football at $500,000 salary or whatever, I think it would have been too high level. It would have been like bringing in the CEO of Sainsbury's to run a corner shop. I just don't think it would have worked. So I'm happy with the level of the individual. I'm happy that he cares. Having had 10 minutes with him in the grandstand on Sunday, he's still got his sense of humour, and he was in very good form. And I hope he stays for a long time and makes us successful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Herbie, I'm going to flick to the next slide. Obviously, were you even born when he was last managing?
To me? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Calm down. But like this sort of second slide here on it, I mean, helping cleverly focus on the coaching and results. I mean, you're still, as you pit across X earlier on today, you still think if he doesn't get a result, then and it's not an improvement, he should still probably go. I think they are going to definitely, this 10 games, no matter how anybody likes it, is going to be the marker, I think. But he said, Herbie, about cleverly, experience counts. So Adam serves as a sounding board for him with over 750 games of experience. Strategic support. He's going to assist with that transfer strategy we just said, recruitment analysis. And it's like Gavin said, Tom saying we are well ahead of the game on that. I do believe after that window shut, that meeting the following week was possibly quite tense in terms of the discussions. He praised Tom, commends his work ethic, structured approach and willingness to learn. He believes Tom has handled the challenges of the tough season exceptionally well, because it has been bloody tough recently. So what do you think of the Derek Adams appointment overall then, Herbie, from your young person's point of view?
I just think probably something that's dying at the club is someone that I wouldn't say cares, but know what Argo means to the fans. Obviously, you've got players like Joe Edwards, who's been there for a long time, that knows what it means. But we've got lots of new signings and lots of loan signings that haven't played for Argo for a long time. and obviously injuries like Pleggy knows what Argyle means for the fans and for the city, and that's dying a bit, I think. And having Derek Adams back sort of relights that fire, and he, as well as the director of football, I reckon he's probably the man to get it into the players of like why Argyle is important, why they should play for the badge, why they should be winning games for the fans that pay good money to see them play. I think he'll really put that point across, and I also think as well, in a way, he'll put that sort of kind pressure on Cleverley. So if he's not doing well, Adams will sort of say, look, I am putting pressure on you here to do well, but I'm not going to be like, giving you a bollocking. And I also think as well that, if he's not performing, he isn't scared to say to Hallett, look, this manager is underperforming. In my opinion, I reckon you should get a new one.
Yeah, I think the way you sort of put that across is brilliant. I mean, obviously you've got deep into your football anyway, and obviously you've gotten a way to support the club a lot while you can before all the reality of a job and all that stuff eventually kicks in for you. But I think the way you put that across, it does say a lot. There can be businesses at different times when you have someone coming in from external and they want to sort of pit their point on things and they have no understanding of the business and what got it to where it is. Obviously, I've been at that business for 20 years and seen a lot there and seen those sort of people come and go. And the club is a different thing. If you bring someone in from the outside and you set up some goals and challenges for them, there's a part of it where they get too focused on that, don't really understand the club, and it can all go wrong. And so I think you're absolutely right. Someone that's coming in that understands the fan base, has ridden the rough with the smooth with this club before. It just, for Simon, and certainly for Paul, new into that role without that experience, as I said before, it's probably the perfect fit now. And as Gavin said on Saturday, if we go up into and get up again, and hopefully we do, to the higher reaches and echelons in the Championship again, it might be then that the transition to someone with more experience at that level could come in, see how things are going, because it will definitely be that learning curve of going up and making sure we're ready for it this time than we were last. Carl has just dropped into the chat from work. Herb should fit in well with our defence with movements like that. So what's he referring to there?
He was giving it the old.
Gotcha. That's because he's still young enough to go out and party. He's not even at that age yet, actually, whereas we're just too old. I'll try and bust some moves on Saturday and probably regret it on Sunday. Also, Matt Montgomery saying, Ethan Ross, midfielder, is my shout for one of the 4 players brought in. Sukes Mumba, Ashby Hammond will leave along with McCabe. Interesting. Returning to Borough. Not physical or energised enough in this league. VW Coco, seeing you dropped in earlier, so evening to you. Have we a set piece coach? That's interesting, actually, forgetting just the player recruitment, but some coaching recruitment, and a set piece coach would be useful, probably a defensive one, more experienced too. Ben Collins has also dropped in. Evening, chaps. Is the merch on Black Friday sale? I mean, come on, I go to all this effort and you want even more off? Well, that's a good segue to a couple of points. So these hoodies, the one I got on now, I pick up from Primark, but it's a hassle to go in there. Expensive. 3 to park in. You're going to have a little rant now. To park in Drake's, and it's not just Drake's, as Voodoo enters the chat as well. 3 odd quid just for an hour. It's like no wonder retail's struggling in parts. So I have sourced a new hoodie. It's actually better quality. It costs a couple of quid more. So the price will have to go up. That's just inflation and all that jazz, folks. You
can tell he's worked for Chris bloody Dawson for all those years. He might as well just get up on the move now. I'm not going to. If you said £10 for this, if you said £5 in it, he's off on one.
Well, gents, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if we can sell 100 of these hoodies tonight, then you can get them for the bargain price of £19.97. So they are better. I've got to update the site for them, but these are 80% cotton, 20 polyester mix, whereas these I think are 50-50 from recollection. And also, segueing in, because Voodoo's coming at the right time because he loves the merch chat.
He does.
I've decided to propose this idea. I'm definitely going to get one. I've just got to try and refine these graphics. Oh, hang on, come on, mouse. It's a sweater, not a jumper. Just to be clear, I've had the bottle green as well, and I should be able to get more colour options in the hoodie as well. So
it's got to be worn on Boxing Day game, isn't it? It's got to be. It's got to be an on-block Boxing Day game.
So I've done, because I'm so skilled with my hand at drawing all these graphics, thanks to AI, that I think that looks quite a smart design. I think these, I'll see what I can do on it, but at the moment it's about 20 quid for that. The hoodie will probably go up to about 25, but I will try and, I want people to have them, of course, so I will make it keen as I can, but it also helps with contributing to the show. But yeah, let me know what you think. Come on, Voodoo, you're always one that likes to have a chip at me with the merchandise, so could you see yourself wearing that in one of your meetings?
Sorry, I'm going to mute myself in a minute.
maybe you could have, where the microphone is, Mike, you could have the Voodoo face there. Yeah,
well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, there is. I don't have it on me tonight. I'm going to wear it to the game because I'm going to do that now after we got that win, for sure. But yeah, let me know what you think of that. We're definitely going to get
got to be an on-block Boxing Day game. I'll look good in diamond in that, won't I?
There we go. Yeah, well, we need to. So everybody, get your orders in. I've got to list it first, but yeah, if you do want one, let me know. I shall get stuff ready for it and get it listed on the site. I'm hoping I'll have a mock-up early next week. So Voodoo's saying, would you like me to design something? No, you can chuck something over.
Yeah, go for it, Voodoo. You can be our design artist.
It'll be collector's item numbered.
Limited edition.
Limited edition.
Limited edition. Rubber the Greens.
Michael Hawks is wearing on the away end on Boxing Day. There you go.
Hey, a good shout. Yeah, you might just want to change it to All Things Reading and see what happens. But yeah. Rubber the Greens has just come in. Evening to you. Hope all sales are going through the tax man, Michael. Yes. Yeah,
Ninja Matt's taking care of that for us, isn't he?
Well, Rachel Reeves can go and shove one on that one. Thanks very much.
No. Don't start Voodoo off. There's 500,000 kids out of poverty. He's going to be seething at the minute. Seething.
There we go. Yeah. So all those that have got 7 kids can go enjoy extra benefits. Anyway, moving on.
You know, we've done it in actual bottle green, Voodoo, to go with your wine.
That's it. Well, absolutely. Yes.
Voodoo sent me a PM, has he?
Yeah. So Ben Collins saying, put me down for a Christmas jumper. Cool, thanks for that. Rubber the Greens, if I can get back to your comment. Hope all the sales are going through, as he said to the taxman. Michael Hawk saying, I'll wear one in the away end. Voodoo saying, would you like me to design something? I'm repeating what we just said, but I'm trying to catch up here. Contribute to Argyle official merchandise, surely. Yeah, certainly not. This is quality merchandise at a sensible price. No serious profiteering going on here, I'll have you know. Now, I don't want to go and get banned again because they blocked me on X 2 odd years ago because I commented on that stupid little outdoor light with their sticker on it that they were trying to charge 70 quid for. That was £20. Just disclaimer, it's a third-party reseller selling it for them, but that's still a rip-off. Anyway, only quality merchandise at sensible, everyday, low-value prices. I'm doing my Dawson.
Let it go. Sorry. I was having an internal monologue externally then.
Is there a new Frozen film coming out? I didn't know there was.
No, but I just let it go, Michael. It was 2 years ago. Fucking let it go, man. Jesus wept.
I mean, I have to log in to the Block 9 account just to see what's going on with Argyle, you see, or I go onto Instagram and I'm not blocked on there. So, Simon, if you're listening, come on, it's water under the bridge now. Get hold of whoever the social person is and unblock me on X. Voodoo says, I agree with workers paying for the unemployed to have children. Actually, who wouldn't? Absolutely. Anyway, moving on. just to finish off where we are here, Derek Adams said, initial assessment of the team and key players. Port Vale's resilience. He said, watch Port us secure a win from the at Port Vale from the director's box, noting their impressive grit, ability to keep a clean sheet and strong team unity, which was there in that game, but definitely wasn't if it had been to the previous 5. Isn't that right, Herbie? So tough away venue. He said Port Vale for away matches are acknowledged as not a free-flowing venue, emphasising that securing a positive result was paramount over stylistic play, because of course that's what Derek Adams is all about. Talai's impact. Talai has been highlighted as very impressive due to his immense work rate and consistent delivery of crucial goals. And as I keep saying, and as others do, we just got to feed him and they will come, as they say. So we want to see more of that, and hopefully on Saturday. League position and injuries. Derek said the current position is recognised as unacceptable. Those significant injuries throughout the squad have been acknowledged as a contributing factor. And then we move on to Adams's motivation and long-term impact. Club loyalty emphasises the deep connection to Argyle, accepting the director of football role without hesitation. As I said, he didn't even challenge a salary. So when he realises he's on minimum wage, then I'm sure he'll have that. At least Rachel Reeves won't be taxing you for more then if you don't move up your bands. Sorry. Strategic progress. His focus is a long-term club development, not taking over as first-team manager, as we've alluded to. Holistic development. Plans to engage with all clubs' facets, women's team, which we'll come on to later, academy and community, while prioritising first-team success. That's a clear mandate. The parameters were carefully established over months, ensuring mutual understanding and alignment. And obviously we touched upon the recruitment. To end, a key task involves that thorough review of the past summer recruitment strategies to identify the successes and areas for improvement. Do they have child labour in Lapland?
They're not children, they're just dwarfs. They're just they're little Oompa Loompas.
Well, to be fair, that's a good point, actually. I could show my kids how to get these transfers on these tops. I'll note that down for Saturday. So it keeps them busy. So like a bit of politics, Voodoo says, and doesn't Gavin? I mean, if your X feed is not full of retweets from Gavin Jones when he's busy on a Saturday morning in bed doing nothing but retweeting.
No, I'm up with the kids at 5 o'clock. I've got nothing else to do. Yeah.
No, what's he saying? Voodoo says, I had a dream this week about Derek Adams. What a beautiful dream it was.
I can see Voodoo and Derek becoming like kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't last long, did it, with Muslich after that famous video, and then he suddenly went Pete Tong.
Unless Voodoo is, in fact, Derek Adams. We've not thought of that.
Oh, no, that would be a shock.
The mask reveal. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a show and a half.
Can I just say on Derek, also in all joking aside, because it's getting a bit like endotermy here. Come on, let's get it back on track. It'd be like some people said, "Oh, is he just after the manager's job?" Well, look, if you're director of football, your longevity is normally far longer than one manager getting the old tin tack. So for me, I would be much happier as Derek Adams on his 150 or whatever it's going to be grand a year, or 200 grand to be director of football, with very little pressure of getting the tin tack when you get 4 or 5 losses on the bounce, dictating strategy. Look at Mr. Dusnip before him. He managed to ride 4 or 5 regimes, didn't he? So why would you put yourself in the firing line when you can get a good job in a good city with a club you love, and not put yourself down a level and get hammered in the process?
Yeah,
just my thoughts.
Yeah, no, and also, where is it? I love this one from Matt. Gav retweeted me once. Oh, the good old days. Although Matt has told me he's stayed as much away from X as he can during all this negative spell. Because mentally, and when you're busy with work stuff as well, it's never a good mix.
Matt, you'll be loving it.
Yeah, Simon Fort said, it's gone off, but he said, do you think anyone will come in for any player in January just as it clips off? And he then picked Talai. who knows, but they can't play him until the end of the season because of that two-club transfer limit. Derek is obviously Simon's spy, says Voodoo. Matt Montgomery, Moussa Dramar, if I pronounced that right, will be a player at Hearts that I can see a good signing for Argyle. Bundu, but with better control. God, Bundu, Jesus Christ, we haven't mentioned him for a while.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
I was just hang up Bundu. I was like, oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, how is he getting on? Anyone know?
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's doing all right. But yeah, his name hasn't. Actually, I don't think we've mentioned his name for a good couple of months. Stephen Cooper says if Green and White Pod got bronze award, you should get one next year. But we're
not in it for the awards. It's vanity. It's vanity. We're not in it for the awards.
I couldn't sleep with an award. So
only because your wife would find out.
You never made it to a t-shirt.
Classic. But yes, absolutely. And what else? Andy's replying on multiple accounts, so that's just thrown me there. Voodoo, Dale will take charge short term if need be. Voodoo's still very firm on that happening and appoint a better coach. Then get back to director of football. Well, we shall see. Michael Hawk saying mine's 3 times XL. I think that's an option on there. I'll have to check. One of the limits was that one of them only went up to 2XL, so I'll have to have a look. I'll sort that out later and try and get that up on the website. Rolling with Jay, evening to you. That's class. I love that. Rolling with Jay. In my opinion, appoint Derek Adams is a cheap make-do appointment by Simon Hallett. I agree we need someone in that position, but not a League 2 guru unless we go down. I feel TC was a bad appointment too. Yeah, look, I mean, there'll be people that don't disagree with you, Jay. I think it is actually a smart appointment. And when you've invested a lot of money, no matter how many people like it or not and say he doesn't invest enough, but when you've invested serious sums, you are going to want to bring in the people that you trust to look after that. I said the Paul Byrne appointment, as he's been on our board for a few years now, is another way for Simon to say, I need someone in I can trust to try and sort out the situation. And I think Derek Adams is another one there where he will feel more comfortable in that. Some of us will like it, some of us won't like it. That's his decision, but let's just hope above all else it does work out, because we all want it to work out at the end of the day. Matt Montgomery, like us to sign Dale on a perm in Jan if an option. Yeah, him and Mitchell 100% would like to see that. Right, before what we got, because conscious of time. It's not that I want, it's not that I want, it is that I want. Apologies. Is it page 3? No, it is this one. So we're going to go back to the Northampton. Such a professionally produced show, folks, as you can clearly tell. So I've got so many screens. Right, get on with it, Edwards, because we're an hour in. Northampton Town season snapshot. So they currently sit 17th in League 1, 4 points above Argyle. Their match record and goal difference. They're currently at those 16 league matches, 6 wins, 2 draws and 8 losses. They've scored 13 goals and conceded 17, resulting in a -4 goal difference, but it's still not as bad as ours. Goals per match, if you like that, 0.8 goals and 0.93 goals per match and all that jazz. Concede 0.8 and score 0.93. Recent form, though, I've noted it down there. So recent form has been inconsistent. While their home performances show promise, overall consistency has been a challenge. The last 5 games have seen them win away from home, lose away from home, lose at home, win at home, lose at home. So I think Derek, or it's cleverly noted there, inconsistent sort of styles of playing games, and obviously their results have been that too. Background and strategic context, there you go, there's a title for you. This is Northampton's 3rd consecutive season in League 1. The summer saw a significant squad reshuffle, including key signings like Conor McCarthy, Dean Campbell and Tyrese Forner. Manager Kevin Nolan's priority remains survival and consolidation within this league. And then skipping to the next one, this is a bit busy, so apologies for that. I can't even read the top bits. Conservative, defensive. Northampton side has defensively reorganised this season with a new back four and midfield reinforcements. aimed at reducing goals conceded, but they do have a limited offense, so obviously explains why their matches can be very inconsistent and why they're quite content with just trying to survive, which right now, so would we be. So there's a few other bits in there, strengths and weaknesses, but it really is the fact that they're trying to be defensive and they do not have much of a goal up front. I'll come to the panel in a second, but on the final slide, players to watch: Sam Hoskins, Northampton's regular forward and leading appearance maker this season. Expect him to spearhead their attacks and be the primary goal threat, but their offensive is still not that great. Cameron Jehan, an experienced midfielder who provides occasional attacking impetus and serves as a key creative outlet in the middle of the park. And Conor McCarthy, one of the new defence signings. I think he's a centre-back. McCarthy is crucial for anchoring the back line, as Northampton's priorities are to shore up their defence. So what does that mean for Argyle? Northampton will adapt a deep defensive posture, aiming to frustrate and exploit any lulls or set-piece opportunities. Not that we're much of a threat at set-piece opportunities from our side, at least. Their limited offensive output suggests Argyle should focus on controlling possession, that back line, just pass it to that back line, exploiting wide areas and forcing them out of their rigid defensive shape. While their defence is robust, their lack of attacking firepower presents a genuine vulnerability if Argyle maintains solid structure. Herbie, what are you thinking then in that game on Saturday, and how do you think it will go?
I'm obviously hoping for a win. I think it probably will end up in being a draw. It just depends how Northampton play. I think if they've... Do you say they've won away from home quite recently? Do you say in the last 5 games?
It's been inconsistent. So home and away, they've like won and then lost and all that sort of stuff. So
I think if they come to Argyle like most away teams do, and sit back and let us have to be the attacking sort of force, and they can sort of sit back, absorb pressure, and then hit us on the break, I think that could be quite tough for us. But if they look at the league and think, away from home against quite a poor side, I reckon we can have them, and then we sort of battle with them as well and win second balls in midfield, and they've not just got 11 men behind the ball all the time, I reckon we can probably win, but it just depends how they come at us.
Yeah, that whole situation where if they are quite rigid at the back and we struggle to get through, and certainly where we haven't been that creative trying to break teams down, you could potentially, it could be a long drawn out game where a goal might nick it again, but it might come late, and we might, the crowd just might not be too patient going in the more that game goes on. But who knows? We could go and score really early like we did the second half.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think the early lead is probably the best thing you can get. I think if we can get an early lead, confidence is up, the crowd gets going, because we can all admit the atmosphere at Argyle at the moment has been quite crap. The players haven't really given the fans much to shout about or get behind. So an early goal, as we saw. I always go back to our first game of the season against Barnsley, where Watts scored a disallowed goal.
God, yes.
And what could have been, Herbs? What could have been?
But say for example that goal counted, would we be in this situation right now? I don't know.
That's a sliding doors moment, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, but getting an early goal is probably essential, because then it means we can. There's no pressure on us. Well, there's sort of pressure on us, but there's no pressure on us to go and get a second and a third and a fourth or whatever. We can sit back, absorb, and then we can do what hopefully Northampton wanted to do to us and hit them on the break.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's it probably isn't going to be a pretty one, and I think a 1-0 bet will be good. I am loving the banter in the comments. So Voodoo's saying, good to see someone knows about finance, Ninja Matt? Unlike some. Who the hell's he referring to there? I don't know. But there's nothing worse than having your shit leaked before you're about to announce it, is there? Anyway, also, Ninja Matt picks up a brilliant comment here, just past the thread, about Paul Byrne. Byrne seems like a class classy guy. The milkman comments annoy the shit out of me. Yeah, who would want a successful CEO of a multi-million pound company at the club business? Absolutely agree. It is not easy to run a business of any size when you're trying to get on and be successful. So I couldn't agree more. But I don't agree with this one where he said Mike probably knows 350,000 child workers if this can be of any use, Voodoo. Seriously, like what's going on?
You've got them all at range up and down the country.
Exactly. It's all the elves, mate. It's all the elves.
So I was just thinking in terms of the Christmas jumper, but I don't want to stifle sales. But in my head, I am thinking a giveaway is long overdue. We did do the top that Gavin donated to us, the signed shirt at the end of last season. Yeah. Thanks again for that, Gav. And he did manage about 3 years later to deliver it, but that's fine.
That's true. It was into this season by the time we got it. My apologies.
So I think we'll I'll rob some money out of the guys' pockets and we'll do a
Don't
Christmas
leave your wallet on the table in the
giveaway.
pub with Mike. He ends up getting contributions out of it while you're having a week.
That's it. But I don't pay any of them, so I mean it's getting rich back here. No, it's not. It really is not. Just to clarify to the tax man again. Anyway, so Gavin, sort of, what are your thoughts then? Do you think it is going to be that scrappy sort of game where one goal is going to win it, or can Argyle take that momentum and really unlock Northampton and just get them sorted and done and dusted in the first half?
It's a good question. Northampton last time out played 3-4-3. I think before that they played 3-5-2, and they have played 5-3-2. I think as well. And some. So if they've come here with a low block and 5 at the back, I think it's going to be a very dull game because we'll have 97.3% possession, 1 shot on target. They might have none or 1 and nick it 1-0. If they do what they did against Cardiff, which is have 3 up top, get on the front foot and try and take the game to us, then I think if we got Rolls and Boateng in midfield at the heart of it, then we have a good chance of solidifying the centre of the park and getting through the thirds and getting a bit down the flanks. And Talai only needs 1 chance. We've all seen that for many, many weeks. So depends on formations. TC didn't know what they were going to knock out in terms of formation. I don't think anyone does, apart from the coaching team from where they are at the minute and when they rock up. So it's a difficult one to call this. Normally you can go back and see 4 or 5 games of patterns as I normally do for a Thursday night, but they've played 3 formations in 5 games, I think. So God only knows. But I think we'll be more front foot. I think we will certainly for periods look to play on the deck, and I think maybe Lorne McCabe in the second half coming on and providing some impetus would be a good thing with Belarus. So yeah, it's kind of up in the air. Sorry, it's a long-winded shit answer, but I just don't think anyone knows what they're going to put out yet until they put their team out, really.
No, and SM10 saying that Saturday will be similar to Port Vale. 2 poor sides, again, with low confidence. Could be terrible. Hope I'm wrong. I think Cleverley's poignant piece about the training this week and seeing a big difference again in the players. So let's hope we can take it to them. But there is that nervousness of, sort of it could start a bit edgy if we don't, or early wobble, as Matt Montgomery said, could see things go flat and sap the confidence again. And that's very true. He's also said, come on, host, get yourself concentrating again and focus. Your focus is as brittle as our defensive line. It's not that bad, is it? Is it really?
Absolute pelters tonight, Mike.
Yeah, and rightly so.
Love it, because it's normally me, so I'm happy that it's deflection.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a day job as well, which is pretty intense, and so equally on a Thursday night, you are a bit like, oh, bollocks to it. Voodoo saying Derek coming in helps that, so King Dale is helping all round. Ninja Matt saying if they low block, we need to stick a fortune on 5,000 touches between Ross and Mitchell, and then the Harmar evening. I used to like Kevin Nolan as a player, fair enough. And Michael Hawke saying, is £30 reasonable for a ticket at Argyle? That's what they're charging for the away on Boxing Day. We just love to rob you blind, so
That's
just pay the 30 quid and accept it.
That is a piss take, quite frankly. Don't you think, Herbs?
30 quid
for a away game, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your average away ticket been, Herbie, this season?
Well, I turned 18 this season, so it's gone right up.
Oh, you didn't tell them that though, did you? You got those baby looks. You can still get that cheaper ticket.
Yeah, not when they got my date of birth on the Argyle thing, though.
Do they not do fake IDs these days, lads? Do they not?
No. And they call me up and they go, "You've got a 16, 17 ticket here. You have to pay the extra bloody £5." I'm like, great.
Big Brother's watching you now, mate. There's no chance of that anymore.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's normally about 19 quid. Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree. Jokes aside, that is a lot of money. It's like our season tickets. They're not cheap, are they, either for the league? And certainly with what we've been seeing and presented with recently in terms of performances. So, but there you go. So, Mr. Byrne, Mr. Hallett, Mr. Adams, if you're listening, 30 quid. Maybe, probably too late to revise it now. Yeah. But it will make up for it by wearing that Christmas Block 9 jumper, wouldn't it? Eh? So it's 50 quid just to turn up on Saturday.
That's a false economy. By spending more money, you'll make up for having an expensive ticket.
Correct. Make you feel better. At least you're getting something back because they won't get a result, right? Against us. Ben Collins saying £25 at Port Vale. God, that would have been painful as well. And that 500-mile round trip as well. Even though it was a win, though, and they needed that.
Football on show was quality. You can't argue. It was good value for money.
Yeah, exactly. And also Matt Montgomery saying, it's okay, my focus is like Rooney's restaurant. See, you can't even text properly, like Rooney's restraint in a bar. I did wonder what you meant by that. The cider press shares have gone through the floor, though, since he's left. So can't get anybody in there now. Anyway, moving on. Andy, your thoughts then to Saturday's game?
Yeah, looking forward to getting back out there on grass again with the boys at home park for a change. And I can see sort of a couple of changes maybe. I like the experience we've got coming into the side now with your roles, with your Edwards maybe playing on Saturday as well. We don't know yet. But certainly having a bit more experience and there's going to sort of make us a lot more secure, I think, at the in all areas of the pitch. So yeah, looking forward to it. I think we're going to win as well. Here you go, 2-0 win.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and just before I go to lineups, so you're going 2-0. Herbie, what are you going with scoreline?
Is this my head or my heart?
Just give us a score.
This is your official prediction because it's on camera for the WhatsApp group as well. So no changes.
Oh yeah, but I might be optimistic on Saturday. I might have a change of heart.
I'm going to play some tense music in a minute. Can you just give us your score, Sam? Give us
0-0. How about that?
There we go. Okay, yeah, fair, because it could well be. And Gavin, what are you going with?
2-0 Argyle, Tulai and Mumba. There you go.
Yeah, and that segues me from Gavin to his lineup. So we've got Gavin, and although Carl's not here, we've got Carl's 2, as we tend to present those 2 on the show. So Gavin, will you kindly talk us through your lineup for Saturday?
Right, okay. So bear with me. It's all about, in my opinion, experience now. We've not had a lot of it, have we? Let's be honest. I was going to say candid, and I didn't.
Oh, what was close, Gav?
But we haven't. So I looked at the formations. There are some casualties here, I'm afraid, from Saturday's win. 2 down the right flank, basically, Such and Saranola. So I've got Hazard in goal, as you'd probably expect. We want to win. I've picked our skipper back at right back. I think if he's fit enough, he should start. Not saying Saranola can't come on and run against tired legs, but I think he needs to be there. Ross, Mitchell and Galloway complete the back 4, which is experienced, solid, we hope. There was a couple of lacks of concentration from Such on Saturday, which irked me a lot. And I did swear at Ross or at the TV, just as my children walked through the front door, actually. So they were like, oh, Daddy's watching the football. Because he had another one where he had
playing just as well, Gav, are you?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Well, is Matthias giving the ball away again? So back 4, I think we need to stay back 4 now, and that's sort of given. Until Amichi's back, I think we play 4-4-2. So I've gone midfield from left to right, Dale on the left, Rules and Boateng in the heart and the middle, and Patterson on the right. They could be indispensable, in fairness. Patterson and Dale could flick around left to right, and I don't know which prefers which, because they've all played bloody everywhere so far. And then up top, Mumba and Tulai. But just to give you some stats, because I know certainly Ninja Matt, who's back with us, loves a stat. Professional appearances from that 11. 2,889 appearances out of that 11. An average of
This is BBC fact check. We've got a team behind us now, just going in and double checking that.
Do it. I counted them up one by one on their Wikipedia page with a calculator. But the spine there has got tons of experience. So Hazard, Mitchell, Ross, Rules, Tulai, and then obviously on the flanks as well, you've got some real experience in Edwards, Galloway, Dale, and Patterson. So it's nearly 3,000 appearances from that team. I don't think we're going to be taking on the world in terms of tippy-tappy Brazil total football anytime soon. So you need warriors out there that can, by sheer force of personality, get a game over the line. And that's where it sits. So that's what I've gone for. You can criticise away now. Off you go.
No, I think, there's a couple of comments just seeing SM10 saying no chance Raw starts nowhere near fit enough. We shall see. The
head coach said he was available to start and fit enough today. So I'm not quite sure where he's getting that intel from.
Yeah, there we go. Well, we shall see. Stevie Vaughan saying, I made one change to Gavin's side. Sorinola stays in for Patterson. He did have a good game on Saturday. 5-game glory. Well, it hasn't been quite yet for us. It was 5 games of pain. But anyway, welcome to the show. He says, hi, guys. And loving the little profile YouTube pic as well there. I can make out. Rolling with Jay says, the back 4 is slow. Haha, we will likely sub 2 of them during the game. And the Harmar says, did I get the gamer tag off? Oh, Evening Greens feeling a bit optimistic before this game. TC looked less worried. Didn't you say that earlier? You were in earlier. Anyway, it's Harold. Right, that explains it. Evening, Harold. Good to see you.
Evening, Harold.
And Harold.
He's been sold all over Plymouth now.
Yeah,
my
Herbs won't understand that reference because he's never bought physical paper in his life. It's all been digital. He's like, what's a newspaper? What are you on about?
Absolutely. Herb, I mean, do you want to come in on that point, Herb? No, that's fine. Anyway, so love the lineup, Gavin, with one change, Teague Finn in for Edwards. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Interesting. So, Andy, I think looking at that lineup, for me, it probably is going to be a 4-4-2. I know, I can't remember who it was said, do you think we'll start changing it up with the same sort of lineup we had at the start of the season? This is all about just getting points and getting results at the minute. But yeah, I think I can understand Edwards. I reckon Sorinola might start and Edwards might come on later in the game, but we'll see. I
think Sorinola will start, but that's just my 11. Because I think it's all about experience, but Sorinola will start. I think
it's a good balance to we've got that experience now. But yeah, Andy, what you think? I mean, the Patterson and Dale thing, I think that's quite an interesting one because they can switch sides, and that can always throw other teams off when you do that. Would you change anything? No doubt you might make a decision on Mumba, Andy, but would you change anything else in that lineup?
Do you know, I'm gonna give Bally the benefit of the doubt because Port Vale he was quite sort of busy up front, which was nice, and as for Patterson and Dale, I'll stick with that, and as you say, you can chop and change them around. Edwards, I'd start with Sorinola for Edwards, and then maybe Joe coming on sort of late second half. But with regard to the back 4, being slow, all right, you might have to replace them after 60 minutes or whatever, but if we're 2-0 up, then the job's done, sort of thing, isn't it?
Ross has got pace.
Ross has got better. Yeah, Mitchell's solid. Galloway might be the only one that's maybe not. He might be replaced. But other than that, it's a good side, I think. Looking at that, Gav,
Yeah, he just confirmed, Spencer, that he is the 5-game glory. I keep forgetting you change your YouTube name more than you have hot dinners, Spencer, you do. Although he did win goal of the month the other day, Spencer, if I recall that correctly. So well done for that one. Darren Curtis saying, can you chaps just do a team score and not bother about the YouTube video? I'm genuinely embarrassed that members of the public might stumble across this stuff. Sorry. I'm not. So we shall carry on regardless. But we welcome your feedback either way, positive or negative. We'll just do what we keep on doing. Herbie, anything you would change there? But before, I'm just going to bring up Carl's lineup as well and see what you think of that. So
we're playing Hazard up top.
Yeah, well, it's just it just Gavin messed us well.
We're attacking the Devonport, Herb. We're attacking the Devonport.
So you can see Carl's going with Edwards, Ross, Mitchell, and Galloway, and then he's got McCabe sitting in behind Boateng, Rules, and then Dale Talai and Benarous up there because Benarous will be fit for the game. So what are you thinking about these two lineups, and what would you do differently, Herb?
I probably would go for Gav's lineup. I wouldn't change anything about it. The only reason is I don't think Benarous should start. Obviously, very injury prone. He needs to and he's only just had a new injury as well. So he probably needs time to, work himself back into the team before he's starting and playing 90 minutes or however many minutes he plays. And there's no Mumba there as well. And I think Mumba had a good game against Port Vale and probably should play. And with Gav's lineup as well, I think, am I right in thinking, Gav, that if you're doing Talai and Mumba up top, I'm guessing Mumba peels off to the wing every now and then.
Plays in behind and becomes, because he picked the ball up early and drove at the Port Vale defence a couple of times with success on Saturday. So, I think you've got three wide players, haven't you? In Dale, Talai, and Patterson that could all interlink because Patterson could play up top. They're all kind of interchangeable, but they've all got good game experience. That was kind of my point, really.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Gav's lineup, and there's a lot wrong with Carl's.
I think it's not poor Carl. I mean, he's working, so we don't care really, do we? I mean, if it's shit, we'll just park it, shall we? No, Carl, of course, I'm joking. Voodoo, standing up for us. Darren Curtis, unlock your Twitter account, you cat, he says. Rolling with Jay, we don't mind it. We won't be everybody's cup of tea, but it's fine. It really isn't a problem. Good that you drop in anyway, look. Rolling with Jay says that Benarous should be let go along with Jack Mack. That could be what happens come January if there's anyone to take them. Spencer, 5 Game Glory, saying it's fine. I still won, I guess. Yeah, I didn't get to vote because I didn't see his dad's message. But Spencer has joined us a lot in this season. So young lad that's trying to ply his trade in his football team. I think Spencer, if I'm right, you're 15, something like that. Just let us know. But we obviously sponsor the Talent and Foliates under 15s as well. Paul, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but he was at the start. I think they've had no games because of call off. Because it rained, so it was cancelled again last weekend. The Harmar Harold saying Mackenzie was very good on Football Manager 26. Looking forward to seeing him later on if we ever do. And Steve Vaughan saying I'm working too. Us night workers stick together. And Ninja Matt saying Carl's got 3 goalkeepers. Yeah, well, Carl, we use this tool now, so lineup builder, and Carl sent it on the old one, and I said, come on, change it. So I'll stick up for him now. Gavin did this for us, and he did it wrong. So he got the.
I just didn't flip the team. I'm attacking the Barn Park end, and Carl's attacking the Devonport.
Yeah,
it's a
great shout. So my score prediction for Saturday, and then we'll move on to the women's from Gavin. But my score prediction for Saturday, I'm going to go actually another 1-0 win. If we start well, then yes, the goals could open up because confidence, when you are down in that sort of, they're not quite in with us yet, but they're not far off, and that could incite then a good win. But I think it will be a bit of a Port Vale-esque game, and we just need to get those 3 points. Gaza Brown, hi, evening to you. The Port Vale performance was. What does that mean? Shit. But thankfully we stole the 3 points. He's 50. I'm under 13s. He's even younger, Spencer, and getting goals in. And winning goal awards. So well done to you, mate. So moving on from the men's team, we don't give enough to this. We do have paramedic Emma, who doesn't get round to joining us because of her shifts. She is literally a paramedic. We'd like to try and mix it up so when she does get on, she will get on. But Gavin does watch the Argyle ladies, and obviously the club have done a lot in terms of investing in that. And I think with Marie Hirahan, they are going great guns, Gav, aren't they? With another win on Saturday and a little bit of fisticuffs, was it, Gav, as well?
Yeah. So just a bit of background. I've watched every home game bar one this season, which was the Bournemouth 0-0. Didn't see that one. I was away on Ollie Bob's. The team from this year to last year are chalk and cheese. Marie Hurahan is gifted as a coach, I have to say. Great communicator, very high standards. Because there's only 1,000 or 1,200 or 1,500 in the stadium every time, you can hear every word she says from my grandstand seat, which is great. And they play some nice football. They play three at the back. They've got two really good midfielders, and they've got a plethora of front three players that all seem to mix in and out. But to sort of illustrate that point, I think there's 3 or 4 of them away with Wales senior duty at the minute, which is why they're not playing at home on Saturday, because there's too many players playing international football, which is a good sign. So Saturday they play Gwalior, which is that funny signal, basically what used to be Cardiff, and I think they've done a bit of a split. And they successfully won 2-0 in the FA Cup. First 2 goals in the first half. Hit the bar, I think, as well in the first half, which was unlucky, and had a couple of good efforts in the second half, which were cleared off the line, scrambles, last-minute blocks, etc. And they sort of coasted and game managed perfectly to win 2-0 at a canter. Last probably minute and a half, one of our Welsh wingers, Tielsa, tried to get up the pitch on a counter-attack on a transition, and basically got grabbed by the throat by one of their midfielders. And she's a feisty young thing, so she turned around and gave her a bit back. And then all of a sudden it was a tear-up. And it was a probably 12, 14 girl tear-up, and there were fists flying, and it all got very tasty. My kids were over the moon with a punch-up, so I might start taking them to Albion on the off days as well. And it was a very clear one-in-all-in mentality. And unfortunately, our star number 9 got 2 goals, a penalty and a good header in the first half, and then got sent off in the last couple of minutes. Mixed afternoon. Luckily, it was in the FA Cup and not in the league, because it means that she'll be available for the league games, but not available for the next round of the FA Cup, which is away at Oxford again. For the 3rd time I think we've played them this season, and we should beat them comfortably. So, yeah, very impressed. Those who do not go down, and I went down because my girls nagged me for a number of weeks to say, can we go and watch the women? And I was like, oh, okay. And I walked in with trepidation this season because I'd seen a bit last year, and I was pleasantly surprised. Go and see it. It costs tuppence halfpenny in a Mars bar, unless you've got 2 or 3 kids with you, and then it costs lots of money for refreshments. But it was £10, I think, for 4 of us to get in on Saturday.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Football's good. There's lots of stuff for the kids to do pre-hand. There's sort of blow up inflatables and kick the ball at the dartboard, and they open the Mayflower up with their sort of concessions for food and bits. And it's a bloody good day out, I have to say. And if it's raining, you sit in the upper Mayflower, and you can use the Club Argyle for hospitality beforehand, free of charge. And I have to say, I'm very much enjoying the football. So moving forward, I will do a match report per game, and those who are interested, great. Those who don't can switch off early.
Which some of them have, but that is just the way it is. So we had, Rolling J said, see you later, lads. No girl talk for me unless it's Babe Station. Does that thing still exist? Hang on. Did I just say that? But yeah, also, Stevie Watts has just joined in as well. Good to see you in, Steve. Gaza Brown says, not interested in women's football, and he waved goodbye as well. Voodoo saying, 350 million turned into 30-year-olds getting politics again. Still can't get a GP appointment. Where am I going? I need to check. I want to check this. Come on the Greens. Is that not GT of old with a different tag now? I'm sure that's the same profile picture. Let me know. I'm just inquisitive like that. Ninja Matt saying more balls than the men by the sound of it, and actually some really good free kicks with that goal that went in.
So Ellie Noble's free kick in the League Cup a couple of weeks previous in the absolute pouring rain was from 30 yards, and it hit the crossbar doing 100 mile an hour and nearly broke the net. very good. They were 2-0 down and they won 3-2 that day with some really good fight back. So yeah, brilliant. Yeah, really good. Some really good players actually. It's a joy to watch.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? And the club are investing in that, and Derek Adams will ensure that continues. So if you can make it, I know Sophie is sort of interested. She's not obviously can't join us on the pod. She loves sitting in on the Saturday ones when she gets to stay up a bit later. So at some stage I shall take her up as well and join you, Gav. It is GT, so all you people that change your names, I've seen that a few recently. It does throw me off. So, but it's all good. We'll defo go to a game as well, says Steve Watson. Thank you. And also when we go, and if you see any of us, certainly Gavin, then pop up and say hello. It's always good to get faces to names.
I'm very, very much behaved on those days because I've got a 7 and 5-year-old girl with me.
It's not. No, I don't believe that for 1 minute. So Matt Montgomery is saying it's a serious. Is it serious? Wonder why more women HC aren't hired into the men's team would reduce the machoism. And also someone else saying earlier about getting Marie in to help coach the team. Ninja Matt then just slotting in with saying, I think you've got enough kids there, to be honest, Mike. Jesus Christ. I just sent you a DM as well, Matt. Yeah, so, but no, it's good to have you back in. I don't think you've produced this much banter, Matt, in all the previous shows. You're just obviously picking on me.
Always good to see you, Matt.
It's been a long one, so we're about an hour and 30 just over actually presenting. So I think we'll call it that. I'm just going to check. Obviously, as I said, there's no watch along on Saturday because we'll be at the game. Our next show is, of course, Saturday evening at 8:30, but without me this time, as we said at the start, because I'll be getting pissed and dancing on the dance floor if my body can take it for a Christmas party. But you will have definitely, I think, Adam, Gavin might be a bit ropey after his return back to Home Park and all that free booze. Carl will be back. Herbie, if you want to come on and join the lads, you can again, and we'll check in with Harvey or anyone else that can hop along as well. But that'll be 8:30 on Saturday. You'll see us then, and then of course we'll return on Thursday. I will. In terms of the Christmas jumper, let me just quickly bring that up for those that are in late. Not as in a negative thing, you just couldn't get in earlier, of course. I am looking at producing this. I think the price point I can get it to will be 20 quid. I should have something mocked up early next week. I have it's a sweater, not a jumper, just to clarify, cotton sweater. That's what it is in bottle green because that I think will look really good. So I shall try and show that. I'll probably post it out on the channel so you can see it beforehand and then also bring it up on Thursday. But I'll get it on the Etsy shop, so if there's anybody interested, the sooner I know the better, because I have to order all the graphics and get them delivered in. But other than that, that's about it. So final thoughts from you, Herbie. I mean, it's way past your bedtime, but you're still awake, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm eager to get back to Home Park. I've been to, it looks like I'm going to go to Wickham's ground more time in the space of 8 weeks than Home Park, so that's fun.
Yeah, no good. It is going to be good to get back. Go on, Gav, final thoughts from you?
Yeah, much like it. Happy to be in Diamond. I will raise a glass of something large and red in Voodoo's honour. I'll take a picture and snap him in on Twitter. Look at boobies.
What's that?
I don't know what that is.
Large and red.
It literally that is nearly a calculator upside down.
Yes.
The Casio kind of boobies type text, isn't it? That's a Nokia 3310 boobies. So in the old days, Herbs, there was no graphics, right? It was like Snake and stuff. And when you text people boobies, you had to do comma, star, comma, and that was boobies.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining because the poor lad's 18 and he's like, what are all these stupid old men talking about? Yeah, looking forward to getting back to Home Park and hopefully a win would make everyone happy, wouldn't it?
How did it go, Gav? What was it? What was the numbers you had to press?
There we go. That's the analog phone before digital phones.
That was my first, Herbie. That was my first phone. I think around 98, 99, 18, 19. Yeah, so it's mad. And I
Sweet
haven't
Dom
got the
Jolly.
battery for it, but it will still work.
There we go.
Andy, you probably got a phone that had a wire and a big battery pack attached to it, probably back in your day.
Mine still worked on gas, mate. I don't know about you, but yeah.
Gas.
He was doing this.
Well, yeah, I was winding it up.
8008.
No.
Boobs. Oh, this has gone very, very, very,
It's gone
very
very,
downhill
very
very
silly. No,
quickly.
stop it, Michael.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, go on. So
Otherwise, we'll have
what
to
are your
call
final
in,
thoughts, Andy?
Anyway.
Andy, final thoughts.
Final
Let's get
thoughts.
this back into some kind of form here.
Final thoughts are, glad to be back at home park. I've said it earlier on. Looking forward to seeing Argyle win on Saturday, 2-0 to lie. And I'm going to go for, who's going to score this second? Boateng, there you go.
Ooh.
I think Boateng is going to score. He's going to put something in that net. So yeah, looking forward to getting back out there again. Seeing you on Saturday. I miss you, Micah.
Honestly, if you send me another WhatsApp of those dodgy videos you watch, I dread to think what the algorithm suggests for you. So
but Mike did get the worst of it. That's the trouble.
Yeah, so if you want to message Voodoo, you can do on 80085. He's there for you whenever you need him.
800.
Is that also the code for Babe Station back in the day? Anyway, Ninja Matt saying the guys leaving ain't so happy about it now. Matt Montgomery, Gav's last thoughts. I love dreaming of Mumba on in a winter wonderland. Stevie Watson, looking forward to seeing the Northampton Town fan Voodoo. Laughing out loud, oh, the meltdowns. Ninja Matt, well, this pod took a turn. I mean, do you know what? It's we've been living a shit life of crappy football for far too long. Why can't we have a bit of fun with it? And then also scrolling back, Stevie Watcher will watch what we've missed a bit later, and also you can catch it and listen to it on your favourite podcast platform. Just search the Block 9 podcast. Voodoo's going 2-0. The Derek bounce goes on. Well done, guys. Nice to see you all again. It was good to have you back in, Matt, even if you just took a lot of the piss out of me. That's fine. Matt Montgomery, enjoyed the show, bruvs. Great job. Come on, you Greens, as Stevie Watson. Brilliant as ever, says Mike, the Reading fan. And come on, the Greens. Thanks for the pod against Jed. So, yeah, it's good having you all in. Herbie, it's been good to get you back on as well.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's it. We shall see you, maybe see some of you, say hello if we do see you on Saturday or bump into each other. And let's get another 3 points by hook or by crook. The guys will see you on Saturday night. And other than that, I'll see you next week.